My draft is dead. It's Mark Allison.
Welcome back, faithfuls and traitors and the confused people who are somehow still both. This is the Couch Potato Queens, the podcast where the tea is hot, the knives are sharp, and trust, well, it's a limited edition item. I'm Mackenzie, and tonight I'm joined by my devious little dinner guest, Dakota and Joseph. And baby, the banquet was black, the vibes were cursed, and the chaos was catered. We're diving into the Traitors Season 4, Episode 7, The Black Banquet, an episode stuffed with side eyes, silent assassinations, alliances crumbling like overcooked breadsticks, and enough tension to snap a silver spoon in half. So grab a drink and check your back, and for the love of Alan Cummings, do not trust anyone at this table. Hey, hey, hey.
Juicy, the juiciest episode yet.
This was good. Hey, you guys. It's Joey crying because his queen Lisa got banished.
No, she did it in the most iconic way, and she set up, we'll talk about it later, but she set Candace up really well because the housewives proved that there is just a housewives alliance. So they all come off looking scot-free, both her and Dorinda.
Hi, Miranda. Preach Peace Please said, I cannot wait for the Renna to bring a laundry list of allegations and receipts against the stalker at the reunion. Sophie Dophie, House of Villains, first 3 episodes drop on the same night as Traitors is ending. Cool. And said, you still get Rob, Candace there, but I feel like for a third year in a row, we could have a boring endgame.
I don't think so. I think we had mutually assured destruction set up tonight, and I don't think they're leaving that turret until Colton or Eric is dead. They Candace is going to put her foot down the same way Sari did with what she said. Okay, so we're gonna murder Ryan Lochte. We're gonna murder your boy. But we're not leaving this.
Preach Peace Please wants to know, Kenzie, what is this outfit? This is a work outfit. So, it's a collared blue shirt that I wore today because we had meetings. So that's what I'm wearing. And it looks like Candace could be the next traitor to go. No, Sophie Dophie, are you smoking crack? Rob is the next traitor that's going to go. This all bit him in the ass so hard tonight, but we'll get to that in a minute. Miranda said it. I'm so glad I never have to hear I'm Lisa fucking Renna for the rest of the season. Dawn. Hey, Dawn. So let's get into this episode. First, we had some iconic looks. So let's talk about the Black Banquet. But I want to, Joseph mentioned, let's do this. So I think it's a good idea. We are going to drag race rank all of the looks. So first up, Lisa Renna. And I'm just going to say it right now. There's so many Slay of the Days, in my opinion, that I think we can give multiple Slay of the Days.
Oh, yeah, no. This is Traitors fashion. They had real money.
This, for me, Slay of the fucking Day. I fucking love this look. Chef's kiss. No notes. She's Lisa fucking Renna. What did y'all think?
I mean, I never knew that George Washington's wife was the captain of a boat. It's fashion. It's fashion.
Preach Peace Please said she's so pilgrim coated.
She going to churn some butter, y'all. I mean,
if she's churning butter, she's churning rich butter.
But is it couture?
Yes.
But is it
Check
couture?
the tag. Check the tag.
It's so ugly that it has to be fashion.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the last time we.
I mean, it's.
Come on, girl. If you
I would mop it, but it's not my slay of the day. With the
You
right,
would mop it as much as it's so ugly. You hate it.
it's the right label. With the right label, I would mop it.
This looks like I'm gonna have to look it up, but this looks like Jean Paul Gaultier, and it probably is. She was at Paris Fashion Week this week, so it's probably French. She tends to go to Paris Fashion Week, not Milan.
Sophie, you brought up a good point. The banquet didn't last that long. What did y'all think? I was expecting the banquet to take up like half the episode.
I think she picked the right target, and I'm pissed that I would have been more happy if they would have called out what actually happened. Like, oh, I touched the amulet. I hate why we got the result we got, because it was wrong. Like, it was wrong. I mean, he threw up a dart and he hit, but he was wrong.
So what do you think of the outfit?
Oh, it's Cole Porter. Anything goes. I love the boots. I love the boots. I'm gonna mop this.
Okay. Next up, we have. Oh shit! I just forgot.
Mora.
Yeah, her. What do you think,
This is
Dakota?
Morgan.
I love this. It's very like Lady Gaga circa 2010, going to someone's graduation party. I would mop this. I love this.
Joseph?
I absolutely adore this. This is probably my favorite outfit. It's my slay of the day.
Yeah. This is also a slay for me. Like I said, I've got multiple slays, but yeah, beautiful. She looks fucking stunning. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. Sophie Duffy thinks that she looks like a robot. And let's see. Bolt Corp says Tara, Johnny Mark, and Eric can go. You're giving me nothing. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Yep. Okay. So next up we have Candace. What do you think, Joseph?
I love the headpiece. I
Yeah.
wish the dress was longer. I wish that there were more to the dress. It's still a moppet, but it would have been a sleigh had that dress hit the floor. If that dress hit the floor with that headpiece, it would have given me like Medusa, like full on Gorgon goddess.
I agree. I would mop. Well, it was this. The headpiece is a sleigh for me. The rest of it is a moppet. I wish the snakes on the arms kind of went up the arms a little bit more, and just kind of more of a full arm moment. What do you think, Dakota?
It's giving very Phaedra Parks at the Housewives of Atlanta reunion a couple months ago. That's what this is giving me with the headdress. Definitely Medusa vibes. I like it. I mean, I don't mind the dress being simple and black because it makes the headdress a statement piece. So I would mop this.
All right. And excuse me. Excuse me. And next up we have Eric. What do you think?
Us looking like a mint Milano dream. I mean, I'm not one for suits for me personally, but I would mop this. This is cute, especially for him.
Sophie Duffy, once again, I love you, but are we watching the same show? Sophie Duffy said, is it me or are they giving Colton like kind of a winner's edit? No, they're giving him a loser's edit.
They're giving him a downfall edit.
Yep.
Just like Danielle Reyes wished for.
Yep. Preach Peace Please said, this is such a basic straight male outfit. Next. What do you think, Joseph?
I think he looks like he sells ice cream. I think that he looks like the guy you'd find on the pier, like scooping cones, and that's just his work uniform. This is a popcorn pass for me.
Yeah, this is also a popcorn pass for me. I'm bored, and I don't remember anything about the look.
Y'all, this is not Drag Race. These are reality stars. These are not...
exactly, which means he's got coin.
Oh my gosh. These are straight men. on a
You don't
reality
know you don't
show.
have to dress like a straight man in the castle. Have you seen Rob's outfit?
He has metallic splatters all over this mint colored
And Mark Ballas is a straight man, but look what he wears.
with a brooch. He's wearing a brooch, for God's sakes. I mean, I would mop it. I think it's a cute look, especially for a little Asian twink. It's cute.
And Preach Peace Please said he has no coin, maybe Bitcoin. You're so fucking shady, bitch. I love you. Next up, we have Kristen. I think this is a gorgeous look. I think she looks great. I would mop this. I don't like the crotch because it looks like something's going on with the crotch. Maybe it's just a shadow, but yeah. Other than that, yeah, mop it.
I love the simplicity of it, that it's just a full, I don't think it's a one-piece pantsuit. It's made to look that way, but I do think it's a top with the shawl built into the shoulders and then the pants, and I love their high-waisted. It's simple, but I love this. It's like the mother of the bride at a red wedding. Like, yeah. I love this.
And boy, was it.
He said they're giving Colton a takedown reunion edit. Ooh, it's about to be good. I completely agree. What do you think, Joseph?
I think that she's a chef. So she's known for wearing like monotone things, like either a solid black jacket, solid white things. I think that she knows she looks good in a single color. So she chose the right one for this. And so for that, it's a Moppet for sure. And I just love the way it drapes over her as well. Like, she knows her brand and she knows like kind of what you would expect to see her in, but she went with a different color. So I like that. If this had been black, it would have been a popcorn pass, but I love red.
A host of a reality competition cooking show, so the girl knows how to dress.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And next up we have Mama. What do I think of Dorinda?
It's giving very mafia wife. And
yes,
I love, it's not simple. I think it's a little too drapey and ill-fitting for her because she is a petite person. I think it could have been fitted better. I know the oversized thing is just so popular right now, but I think if it would have been fitted, it would have been more of a serve. It was just kind of meh for me.
Kenzie, I am just reading this banner down at the bottom. Girl, what the fuck are you saying? LOL. What? And I agree with what Strawberry Spark Strawberry says. I don't know if I like it or if I find it ugly, and I agree. And because of that, I'm going to give it a meh.
Same here. It looks like the lion in The Wiz, but it looks like a very expensive lion in The Wiz, so that's why it's getting a popcorn pass. It does fit like a big coat.
Miranda had some interesting info. She said, I heard that Colton was supposed to be on Watch What Happens Live this week, and it was replaced by Michael Rappaport. You know it's bad when you get replaced by Michael Rappaport.
Michael Rappaport he's just good at reality TV and especially interviews because he's so chaotic. I mean,
I have a feeling this is going to be coming
yeah, for sure. And Miranda says this is Mother of the Bride. And I don't get what y'all talking about with the banner. What about the banner? The banner at the bottom is how we're ranking these looks. Slay of the Day means it was an iconic look. Moppet means it's a stunning look that you want to steal for yourself. Man, it's a popcorn pass. It was just like, whatever. And a hot tranny mess is, in the words of Tim Gunn, a look that is completely horrible. It's a disaster. So that's how we rank things on Drag Race. And I get this isn't Drag Race, Sophie Dophie, but that's what we just said. We're going to rank the looks using our Drag Race ranking system.
This is the first fashion photo shoot that they've ever done for Traitors. They did a real ass runway for the first time. in the Traitors Castle. Like we are going to have some crossover.
Preach, peace, please. Ben said, "Don't worry, guys. Colton will go back into hiding for a year and come back as a changed man and come out as bisexual." You were so funny.
You're shady for that.
You shady.
I love
You shady, Ben. I love you, but you shady. Next up, we have Mark Ballas. Out of all of the men, I thought his was the most interesting. Would I wear it? No, but I mean, I'd mop it. Dakota?
I love like just his overall aesthetic. It's very like hippie chic, but also like he has like some of that grunge fashion edge. I don't know if he was wearing like almost like palazzo type pants or if it was actually like a like almost a full length skirt. But I really like this, especially on him. I like this. I mean, I'd mop it.
Joseph?
His feels true to the Scottish Highlands. Like this looks like maybe a look that Alan might pull off. He might throw some rhinestones on it, but it's definitely would have been worthy of a round table or like it's a mop it for sure. I think he's one of the better dressed boys
This
at this
is what
table.
Alan wears to bed.
You're completely right. This is what Alan wears to bed.
This is the evening wear.
Okay. Next up we have Daddy. Slay of the day.
Oh my god.
I said this in the group chat earlier. He is dressed like a slutty valet. You can tell that he did not have good shoes to match because he wore his Alabama cowboy boots that he used to wrangle snakes.
And I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
It's if it was
it is a corset. It is a corset.
If it was anybody else, it would have been a meh. But we're gonna mop it because it's Rob, because the muscles, the fuckboy energy, the tattoos, the body, the face. We'll give it to him. It's a mop it.
Preach peace. Ben said, and Kenzie is soaked. And yeah, so all of us are.
I mean, yeah, no, the ice storm was nothing. Precipitation has come to the Traitors podcast.
I love to look at the fuckboys. I love to look at them, but I would never sleep with them by any means.
Sophie Duffy said he's okay, and I don't see what you see in him. Well, I'm sorry for you, Sophie Duffy, that you can't see that. What did you think, Joseph?
Oh, this is a sleigh. This is absolutely a sleigh. Like, this is the most feminine thing that I've seen him in, and he looks good in it. I think he can rock feminine better than a lot of the boys that we're going to see later that try. And
this is who Elton John wrote the song "Pull Me Closer, Tiny Dancer." This is who this was about.
You know, I'm not usually into men who are dressing on the feminine side. It's not a turn on for me. Dakota can tell you that with my ex who liked cross dress, and I just know. But on Rob, for some reason, it's hot. I'm down for it. Ben said, I really want to see him in bedazzled overalls, like with rhinestones and glitter.
A judge on Drag Race next season?
And Sophie Duffy said, imagine a Rob versus Tucker.
Rob
and Tucker in a same, like,
picture this. Rob in rhinestone overalls with a piece of wheat hanging out of his mouth and a rhinestone snake.
No,
across his neck.
No, I'm not. I don't like the snakes. Like trouser snakes, yes, but those snakes, no.
So, why would you pit two bad bitches against each other? We're not going to compare Tucker and Rob. They are equally hot.
Mackenzie?
Could you? I'm just picturing the two of them in a porn together. Sorry, my mind just.
Girl.
Girl, she going through a dry spell.
Let's see. Let me get out my vibrator.
Okay. And Joseph, you were saying
It's
about
not. It's a fan. Anyway, moving on along. We have a hot training mess. That's what this is. A hot training mess. Dakota?
I mean, he looked. I what did I say in the group chat? I said Colton because they only showed him from like the shoulders up with all the chains and the jewelry, and I was like, look at Colton looking like a true fairy. I thought I loved like the headband.
Actually, you said Colton's looking like a whole ass fairy at this banquet.
He was like. I like the headband mask and then I like the jewelry, but like just the whole suit is just kind of like meh.
He looks like he went to an orgy and the anal beads got pulled out and wrapped around his body. Like, because he's wearing that pearl
He
top.
went to the Eyes Wide Shut menage a trois party and left gay.
I hate this. Like, I think that Colton is attractive.
Wait, hold on, Trent. Did you give it a hot training mess, Dakota?
No, I just said meh.
Okay. Sorry, Joey.
I think that Colton would have been like if Colton would have worn what Jam Jam wore or what Rob would have worn, he probably would have gotten a moppet out of me or a sleigh. This is a hot training mess. This is absolutely horrifying to look at. If he would have, he didn't even have to wear the jacket. Like, if he would have just not worn the jacket, this might have been passable. Like, you would have looked like some high priest or something of this weird Eyes Wide Shut style cult.
I'm not going to the cult. Like, I'm just going to let him know right now. I'm
no,
not.
But apparently he has 5 members that have joined it with him, and they made their little pact. God.
Sophie said, if Rob wore that, Colton, if Rob wore what Colton wore, you guys would be falling all over it. Yeah, because Rob could pull it off. Not douchebag. Like, yeah. Anyway.
Just look at the way he's posing, too. Just,
All right, moving on along, we have Tara Lipinski. Girl.
Lindsay Lohan calls. She wants her dress back from the early 2000s.
This is a hot training mess. Sorry about it. Love her. Love everything about her, but this is a hot training mess. Dakota?
I'm just going to give it a meh because I couldn't really get I tried to like look at everybody's outfits during the banquet to see what they all look like. And I feel like so many people wear what?
Ben said, what in the Nicole Frazzled Franzel? Nicole Franzel is a Big Brother player that is a whore. Yeah.
It's just very simple. Like, you can see this at just like a regular round table, but I feel like for the banquet, it's just a little simple. So I'm just going to give it a meh.
This feels like one of those dresses that like the Olsen twins or Lohan would have worn as they're getting out of the car and flashing you a bit of Between Me Down There from the early 2000s, which I love, which is the only reason this is getting a popcorn pass rather than...
Spears would have turned this into a 2-piece and kept the knives and started dancing around her living room.
Hair ate down. Yeah, the hair's cute. Yeah, but yeah. Next we have Mr. Johnny Weir. This is a meh for me. I wanted to like it, but I don't like the shoes. I don't like the wrinkled looking pants. I don't like
this is very what it was kind of giving me before. It kind of looked I thought from like the chest up, it was giving, I was like, oh, this is very like like ice skater, like goes to like a gala for like the best of the best in the Olympics. Like this looked very much that. And then when I saw the full thing, I was like, oh, it's giving like very like Tilda Swinton from The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe as like the witch if she was going to brunch with all the other witches in the land. Like that's what I was getting from this. I like this. I would mop it.
This looks like a gay tooth fairy who's trying to get his wings.
But look at the illusion it gives. Like just the way that the pants, it looks like his entire torso has been erased, but it doesn't look like it in an unflattering way. I'm gonna mop it. I just think it gives a really cool illusion, and Johnny is the only one that has consistently given us good fashion, and I'm just gonna trust it.
Ben said, dare I say this was the worst outfit of the night. Strawberry said it's kind of ugly. Sophie Dove even thinks it's a weird outfit. And Preach Please, or Ben said, legs apart are giving a tooth if you squint.
There's something eldritch about it. Like he disappeared.
Dawn did agree with me. Dawn said ice skating wear.
Yeah. Yep.
But what were you saying, Joseph?
I said there's something eldritch about it. It's like a piece of him is missing, but not in a hidden way. Like you covered it up. It's like literally like someone chopped him and took out the middle, and it's uncanny to look at, and I like it. And I can understand why people don't though. I can totally
like it better if he was posing differently, but it's almost like he was posing too gay, and they for a minute said, "Okay, now butch it up," and he went like.
It looks like something like if there was a gay president, Snow of the Hunger Games and Pan Am. That's what he would wear.
Word. Work. Okay. Moving on along to
Steven, it's a meh. You can't even remember him, much less the outfit.
I'm gonna say mop it just because I like the shirt, but I don't understand the sleeveless vest, like the vest. With that, it's confusing. But I would mop it just for the shirt. Dakota?
I would mop it because I'm pretty sure this is a Versace suit, and he has like the matching top underneath as like a statement along with the sleeves. It's simple but done in the right way. I like this. I would mop it.
I agree with Dakota. It does look like a Versace suit, but it looks like a Versace suit that he got on sale on closeout at Marshall's. And for that, it gets a popcorn pass for me. I just don't like it. And he's not memorable. This would have been a moment for him to shine and to make himself pop. And somehow he blew that. Even Colton's disaster was memorable.
And next up, we have Natalie. What do you think, Joseph?
I hate this picture, but I loved how it looked in the room with people. I don't know if that makes sense. Like this picture looks horrible. It makes the dress look very clashy, but when the light hit it, when she was around people, it just looked different. It's a mop it from me, but this picture wouldn't tell you that.
It is definitely an ensemble and a type of fabric that only looks good while it's moving. It's very runway-esque, but it is not something that photographs well. I don't really like it. It's just going to be like a meh for me. Like, I get what she was going for, and it probably is like a very expensive dress. It does not photograph well, and I don't know. I didn't really like it. Even when I saw her walking around the room with it, I wasn't really a fan. So I'm just going to do a meh.
I am like Ben. I don't know if I can defend you, girl, for this one. So, I hate it. It's a hot tranny mess for me. I know what she was trying to go for, but she just did not go there. This looked like something that she picked up on the side of the road and said, "Oh, I can make this into something." I hate it. It's giving Game of Thrones, Bolt Corp said. Yes, in a weird way, but not in a good way, if you know what I mean. Let's move on. Last but not least is Yam Yam. I would say he's probably one of the best dressed men. I would mop this.
Another outfit that was not photographed well. It looked way better when he was like walking around the room and he was up against everybody else in the room. I said in the group chat, I was like, okay, giving us Liberace. That is what this gives me, is Liberace. So this is what Liberace would wear to white party. So I would mop it.
This is a slay for me. And if you're going to be murdered, this is the outfit that you get murdered in. Like this, if you go out wearing this is iconic. I love everything about this.
And that gives us all of our looks that we're going to go over. But Yam Yam helps kick off the rest of this episode, because we get to the dinner, and they all walk around. They're all hugging each other, talking, getting ready to eat. Lisa Rinna is doing her best to try to get who she's going to murder. I thought for a minute it was going to be Natalie. And then we get Alan coming in, and he lets them know that someone has been murdered in plain sight, but don't worry, there's an antidote. And 2 people are going to be able to take it. And all fucking hell breaks loose. What did y'all think about that?
I knew that they weren't going to go with Natalie, because Natalie was had only been suspicious because she chose the anecdote, and a real traitor would never show their poker face by fighting over that publicly. So although they tried to make it out the whole episode, everyone's going to vote for Natalie unanimously. Meanwhile, the last episode, almost half the table had voted for Lisa Rinna. So we knew the heat was still going to be on her. I thought it was stupid that she picked the brooch. I think that it should have been Rob or Candace. I don't think it should have been her. She already had way too much heat on her. So she had to have known eyes were going to be on her. And then what did Jam Jam do? Called her name out, and like that sealed her coffin. I knew it.
I'm pissed at Jam Jam for calling it out for the wrong reason. If he would have said, I touched the brooch, I would have been more satisfied. But for him to say, oh, well, she gave me a kiss. She gave half the room a kiss, and half the room gave everyone else kisses too.
She did give half the room a kiss. She literally kissed the air and kissed half the room with the lips. I mean, her lips are bigger than the brooch was.
Yeah.
But I mean, come on, she's a housewife, and she's Lisa fucking Rinna. She's not going to put her lips on someone else's body and smear her fucking lipstick on television. It's going to be an air kiss. Like, I mean, that's pretty much any of the women that's been on TV. They know, don't do anything that's going to smear your lips or mess your lips up. You know what I mean?
I knew she was only going to, when they started saying her name a couple episodes ago, and then like as soon as they get rid of another person, one more person would say her name, and then she get rid of them, and it's just slowly been. And then when everybody, almost half the people at the round table last week said her name, I was like, oh yeah, I was like, it's going to be this week or next week for sure, and it was this week. I knew it was going to be her.
Ben said if she poisoned Jam Jam with her lips, God bless Harry Hamlin.
Everyone's like, oh, she's a housewife. She's not a housewife. She hasn't been on Housewives for 3 years. She was a housewife, but she also was a lot of other things on a lot of other reality shows. I think a lot of people started to see that she wasn't going to be loyal to the Housewives once she got rid of the first housewife. So when she got rid of Portia, like a housewife has never voted for another housewife, especially that early on in the season. She put a target on her back herself even before Rob.
So what did y'all think about the banquet, though, where everyone's fighting, trying to, think they should be the one giving the antidote?
Chaos. Absolute chaos. I think that was really Alan, like, trying to, like, rein them in. I think that they probably actually, like, he was probably actually having to shout, and it was not for dramatic effect. It was like, come on, people, wrap this shit up.
I was waiting for a Lisa Rinna moment of breaking a wine glass on a table. That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah, I wanted there to be more. Like I could have sat there and watched that for 30 minutes straight.
Mackenzie does not. Mackenzie likes bloodshed.
Yes.
She wants to see people fail. She wants the game. She wants the chaos. She doesn't like nice and calm and peaceful. She wants like non-stop bloodshed.
Yep. And I
Watching him
completely
get dragged from that table.
with the way Alan was hyping this up, we thought it would be something bigger than what we got. 100% agree. And Dawn said, love the chaos, but the banquet was a disappointment overall. We expected more.
See, I liked it. I liked the way that they edited it, that she only had a 1 in 3 shot, even though she did the murder in the first 5 minutes. Like, she was like, okay, so my 3 options are Kristen, Natalie, and Jam Jam. And then 2 of them take the antidote. So, like, that did build suspense well. Also, Jam Jam, I'm pretty sure just they actually had to drag that man away. Like, he looked like he was legitimately fighting against these people.
Ben, I cannot agree more. Ben said Kate Chastain would have made that banquet cinema. 100% agree. Yep. So we find out that Yam Yam has been poisoned, and this is not after Kristen and Tara fight over who's going to take it, because they both think it was them, and they fight, and then finally we have Natalie just yank it out of Tara's hands and drink it. Dawn said that part was hilarious. I agree that part was hilarious, but like they were both so wrong. But why do you think she was so hot to get the antidote?
She's a Survivor player. They'll cut your throat over an idol.
Yeah. So Yam Yam, of course, we find out it was him. Poor Yam Yam has been poisoned right in front of everyone, and the guards come and take him and drag him out. And going out the door, he starts screaming, "It was Lisa! It was Lisa! Lisa kissed me! It was Lisa!" That was funny as fuck. And I love how all of them are sitting there going, "What? What happened? What did he say? I didn't hear what he said. Did you hear what he said?"
I've seen better acting in a porno. Good God.
You know, I don't even think he's probably going to be mad at Lisa, because he sees how it was done now, and he's like, oh, she did kind of get away with it, because they never got the method of the murder. Like, she was still very stealthy about the method of her murder. And that's kind of why I'm mad about it. Like, I'm not mad that Lisa went home. I'm mad that she went home for the wrong reason, because he was like, she kissed me. No, that was not the murder. The brooch was the murder. Please, if you're going to throw out a guess there, get it right. Or just don't even try.
Ben said, I thought this was going to be a soft launch into them acting out the murders instead of just reading a note in a confessional. That would have been funny. So we get to a weird challenge where they have to collect stones by throwing rocks and trees, and the people who get the most of the top 6 will then compete for the dagger. What do y'all think about the dagger twist?
This is one of the few cases where I think the UK did it better, because the dagger was also in the last season of the UK Traitors, but the way that they did it is the Traitors gave the dagger to someone. This one, it was just basically something you earned. It was a physical challenge. There wasn't a social component to it at all. It was blind luck, really, at the end of the day, because who knows whether you're going to hit that or not, or who's going to fill up your box, or if you're going to get it right. He only had a 1 in 4 shot, or a 1 in 5 shot of getting that right. He got lucky.
Yeah. Dakota, what did you think about the challenge?
I mean, it wasn't my favorite challenge. I mean, there's some other challenges in the past that like I really wasn't a fan of. It was just kind of like a blog. The only thing you need to know is someone won a dagger, and that means they get 2 votes to use at the round table of their choosing. So that's really all you needed to know. You really didn't miss much other than them getting a bunch of gold rocks to start off with. And of course, Rob being the athlete and outdoorsman he is, of course, he threw the rocks at a bunch of vases and broke almost all of them and got most of the rocks by the time he got up to the top of the hill. And then you can also choose to give your rocks to other people to make the top 6. And a couple people gave theirs to Rob. But Rob on his own still would have been probably the top out of everybody.
Yeah.
So we kind of knew where it was going to go.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was interesting. I liked the dagger twist where there's the 2, the 2 votes up. In a way, I'm kind of glad Rob got it just because I am liking him as a player. However, he's making some very rookie moves when it comes to strategy. Because we'll get onto that here in a second. So we get to the round table, it looks like that everyone is going to be throwing their votes to Natalie, because Natalie, she's just been kind of sus. And Ben wants to know how attractive was Rob throwing stones at the vases, talking about how he does it at home. I mean, I've seen a YouTube video where they visited him at home and he does that all the time anyway. So, and that when he was wearing overalls. So I would prefer watching him do it in overalls with no shirt on than, what he did on this. But overall, it was fun. Looks like it's going to be Natalie versus Lisa. And honestly, it looks like it's going to kind of go towards Natalie. And then all of a sudden, Rob tries to pull a big move again, which I think is his downfall in this game. I think him turning on Lisa to get a traitor on the block has opened himself, as we saw, him to being 100% a traitor. What do you think, Joey?
I think they're going to banish Colton first. And when it turns out not to be Colton, they'll just say Rob was whispering in Colton's ear. They come as a pair. One of them's a traitor. I think Colton has more heat, so he'll go first. But it'll be Rob versus Colton. I also think that one of 2 things is about to happen, because now that they're down to 2, they have the option to seduce.
Yep.
I think that Candace is either going to demand that he murder Eric, his other closest allies in this pretty much all boys alliance except for Natalie, or that they recruit Dorinda into that turret, and they do have another housewife in that turret so that he is outnumbered and outmaneuvered.
Dorinda, I think I could see Dorinda. I also could see them doing, because we've had this pair of Johnny and Tara, and their friendship being touted all season. So I could see it being maybe Johnny that gets recruited. Like Rob may not want another housewife, and then they settle on Johnny. And then Johnny's one of the main ones, saying Rob's name around, and we just saw that. So it would be funny if then they recruited him and he was just going and throwing Rob's name out. Dakota?
I think Rob is playing a really good game. I think that he's getting close with a lot of people. A lot of people trust him. He's very athletic. He does amazing in all the challenges. I think him saying that at the end of the episode, saying, wouldn't it be crazy if all of the traitors were housewives? He was already setting that up. When Candace is the one that called out his name at the round table. She's the only one that said his name. And that shows a betrayal right there. So yeah. I can already see him setting it up like, oh, well, wouldn't it be crazy if it was all housewives?
Yeah, but the thing is, it's mutually assured destruction at that point. She has made it so that he cannot move against her at the round table because she threw his name out first. So if Candace goes, they're going to go back through the votes as it gets towards the end, they're going to go, why did Candace throw that rogue vote when he got out Lisa? Because now we know both Lisa and Candace were traitors. Why did Candace do that? So she set up mutually assured destruction. They can't get rid of each other now. They are like bonded for life, or they both go.
But now we see a preview for next week's episode where they he says, "You don't trust me now," and she says, "And you don't trust me either." And then they are sitting at, in one of the rooms and say, "You do what you're going to do, and I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and we'll see where the cards lay." So, they're setting it up to look like they're about to start going after each other.
We kind of saw it in season 2. The same thing happened where the traitors were, or not, it wasn't season 2. Was it last season where the traitors started like going against each other?
Yeah. Boston Rob, because he went after Bob the Drag Queen.
Yes. I don't know. I feel like Candace just set herself up for failure because, like, why is she going to call his name out at a round table when no one else said his name? Like, why is she so sure that it's Rob to say his name out? And everyone, like you guys said, it might be, people are going to start thinking that it's Rob, but then people are going to be like, well, why did she say his name like she was so sure about it?
Well, I don't think anyone's going to say it's Rob. I think that they're both going to go a long way in the game. She just gave herself insurance showing you can't get rid of me because when I stand up there and everyone finds out that I'm a traitor, they're going to know you're a traitor too.
Because we're about to have a split house. We're about to have Colton was sitting there talking to who was he talking to?
Johnny.
At the very end?
No, at the very end it was Maura. It was Maura and Rob's whole bunch.
Well, no, but Colton was sitting there talking it wasn't Tara, it was
Are we talking about the figure skating analogy? That was funny.
At the very end, like the last 5 minutes that I was
Yes.
watching when you guys were ready.
Yes.
I think
he was sitting there. It wasn't Tara. It was
Maura and Rob and Colton and someone.
It was Colton and her, and it was Colton and one person. Was it Dorinda? Oh fuck! Hold on.
I hope
I'm gonna have to go and look. Hold on. Now I've got to go and look because now it's going to bug the shit out of me. Because it was the very, very last thing that happened in the episode before. God damn it! Why is this not?
I need them to kiss and make up. I really do because I like this pair of traitors. They were working so well together before Rob decided to do this. Like they were doing so well.
This is when it starts getting cutthroat, when they get rid of all of the loud mouths and the dramatic people that have targets on their back because of their personalities. Once you get rid of all of those faithfuls and then you get rid of traitors, you got rid of a quiet traitor and you got rid of a loud dramatic traitor. Now everyone's like super, super cutthroat trying to figure out, okay, well, there's no more super loud people. Now we got to go start. It's down to the wire. Now who could it be? Who could it be? That's when they really start paying attention.
But then they started sending generals.
He was talking to Johnny at the very end, and then that's when he was telling Johnny his little thing, and he was like, "Oh, this is who the traitors got to be. This is who the traitors got to be," and it was
Steven and
yes.
Someone else.
And so Johnny's like, okay, I guess I've got to go along with it, blah, 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 blah. That's what he's telling Colton. But then Johnny's like, no, this doesn't make sense. He's all of a sudden trying to throw. He's very close with Rob. I think it's Rob and him. And then he goes and tells that to Candace. And then Candace starts planting that seed. So I think what we're going to see this next week is we're going to have a split house. And it's going to be Colton and Rob with their bunch. And then it's going to be
the
Johnny
girl
and Candace and the girls on the other side.
And it has to be a boy, or it doesn't have to be a boy because they have picked all female traitors in other franchises. But the way that they start thinking towards the end is they go, Donna was a woman, Lisa was a woman, there has to be a man in that turret.
Ben said, Joey, that's cute. You think Candace Dillard Bassett is just going to forgive Rob? She couldn't forgive Ashley Darby for 6 seasons on Real Housewives of Potomac.
I want her to because I need him around because he's good television. He's good to look at. He's funny. He's smart. He's he's the perfect traitor. He really is the perfect traitor. I just think he made a mistake, and he's going to have to figure out how to back off it real quick, or they're going to be able to rally the votes because they keep putting this out here of Johnny keep saying we need X amount of votes to control the table. That is going to be a plot point at some point. At some point, someone will he will gain the X amount of votes he needs to control the table and cruise to the end. And it's just, who does he take with him? And I think he may take Rob. Rob may be able to move the suspicion off of him. I hope he takes Rob because I really like the way Rob's playing this game. I just think Candace is not the one. Candace is not the one that you want to do.
Real quiet this whole time. I think she kind of let Lisa do her thing because Lisa is the loudest, most dramatic one. So all eyes on her, which I kind of saw. If anybody was going to leave first, I knew it was going to be her out of everybody. But I don't know, who is Candace close with, out of the group?
She's close with Johnny. She's close with Dorinda. She's actually very close with Natalie, and she bought a lot of favor with Natalie because she says, I don't think either of you are traitors. And because Natalie's from Survivors, Natalie's not going to hold it against her and think she's a traitor because she didn't vote for Lisa. Natalie understands alliances.
Dorinda.
She's like, I'm not going to hold it against Dorinda for not voting it against her because Natalie understands how alliances work. She won Survivor.
Yep. I could see her pulling Maura, Kristen, Natalie, Tara, and Dorinda. I can see all of those kind of teaming up. I mean, because it's obvious it's about to be a boys' alliance, And honestly, I think it's going to be a boys' alliance plus Natalie, because I think Natalie's up their alley right now.
Do we think that Colton is kind of getting the is kind of getting a similar edit to what Zac Efron's brother was last season when
No.
Ben also said, this is what Sandra tried to do with Phaedra and Parvati last season to rival Pilot Pete and his crew. Yeah.
I think so. Danielle Reyes put out a thing on either her Instagram or her Twitter or something. It was just her sitting in her car saying, you know what? I don't want Colton banished. I don't want Colton murdered. I don't like Colton. Here's what I want to happen to Colton. And the edit is kind of every time they show his smile, it's always in the most smug moment. They could have chosen any version, any shot of Colton at these round tables. They're showing his, he looks mean when he's smiling about what's happening to Lisa, no matter who it is or what's happening to anyone. Danielle Reyes said that she wants him to get all the way to the end with Candace and Rob or just Candace or whoever. And he wants them to look him in the eye and say, I'm a traitor and I'm stealing all this money. And I'm hoping that's what they're setting up for. Because as much as I want him to get murdered or banished, it would be so much more satisfying to see him lose in a final.
Yeah.
Especially to Rob. Especially to Rob.
Well, let's take a look at our rankings and see where we all stand.
Is Miss Dakota still leading the charge?
Dakota and V, they are still leading the charge because they each have 2 people out. And you have a lonely little one person left, but I think you're in a good position because I think that person may last for a minute unless for some reason he gets murdered. And then I've got one that I feel good about and 2 that I'm just like, well, whatever.
The one you feel good about is Johnny Weir.
Yes. No, it's Colton. Colton's taking this whole thing.
Who was it? One of y'all said after when we picked our when we did our draft picks, somebody said I can't remember, it might have been V. I can't remember. They're like they said, "Ooh, girl, Dakota's draft picks, like she in trouble this season, girl." I don't know. You never know.
I think you had some of the better ones. I when you picked Dorinda, I was like, okay, she knows what she's doing.
These I don't know about. Like, I mean, but they've got Candace. So Candace is a strong pick at this moment. Yeah. And I mean, but you've got Rob, and you've also got Natalie, and you've also got Dorinda, and you've got Tara, and I don't see really any of those four going anywhere anytime soon.
That could very well be the final.
Yeah.
Like that could very well be the final four. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, those are like people. I don't see Dorinda getting murdered. I don't see Tara getting murdered, and I don't see Natalie getting murdered. And so long as Rob doesn't get banished, these are people who would take Rob to the end.
Yeah. I think Colton will get banished first. But once Colton is banished and he's not a traitor, they're going to look, instantly they're going to look at Rob. And then if for some reason, he does get recruited as a traitor for some reason, I don't see it, but if he does, which, you know what? Candace would be stupid for doing it, but she might just be dumb enough to go along with recruiting Colton as a traitor, because he's already got so much heat on him by people that, once he's in, gets kicked out, it's going to satisfy everyone. So honestly, he would be a great pick to be a traitor from them.
Just a sacrifice.
Yeah.
We've only got, so I want to ask the question. We've got 4 episodes left because they stated there was going to be, there's usually 11 to 12 episodes, usually 11 with the 12th being the reunion. They said this season is 11 episodes and the 12th is the reunion. So we have 4 episodes left of the game. Do we think that there's going to be a mystery person pop up this season?
No, I don't. I think we're too late into the game. Though they did bring Kate Chastain into the episode like 6 episodes in, but I think we're going into episode 8. Yep. They're not going to.
Yep. So who do we think if they murder, who do you think is going to get murdered? And if they don't murder, who do you think is going to get recruited for a traitor? Dakota.
I don't think, now that Candace said Rob's name, because Lisa has now gone home, I don't think she's going to try to test his loyalty anymore. I think it's just going to be both traitors for themselves. And I'm wondering if they're even going to be able to agree on somebody going forward. She's probably going to want to go towards someone that's in his circle. He's probably going to want to go towards someone that's in her circle. So I don't know. That's kind of a hard pick for me. I think it's probably going to be, wouldn't it be crazy if they murdered Johnny Weir because he's like trying to like get all the faithfuls together so that they can all vote unanimously? That would be like a really good pick for a murder.
The only reason I don't think it would be Johnny that gets murdered is because Candace is backed into a corner right now. And Candace is going to need help to get Rob out because she can no longer trust Rob. And the sooner she can get him out, the better. So I agree with you. I don't think they will recruit anyone because I don't think they will be able to agree on someone to recruit. I do think that they will murder someone, and I think it's probably going to be, somebody in these draft picks.
I wasn't even talking about recruitment because I don't think they, like you said, I don't think they're going to be able to choose somebody to recruit at this point. I think
I mean, I think it'll be Kristen, Steven, or Maura will be murdered.
Yeah, I think for me, it's probably going to be Johnny. I'm not going to pick a housewife because.
But why would you say Johnny? Because Candace needs Johnny right now because Johnny's going after Rob.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, I don't know how they can't. Now that they're against each other, we know they're not going to be able to come to a conclusion on who they're going to pick for anything going forward. So, like, what are they just going to pick someone that isn't close to both of them?
I mean, that's how they have done it in the previous seasons. What do you think, Joseph?
I think honestly the best move for both of their games, and they're the only way they're going to be able to reunite or to unite that turret, is if they kill Colton or Eric. I think killing Colton or Eric takes the heat off Rob, and it also loses him an ally. So essentially, they'll be even, and they'll be able to agree on that, and then they can start the only way that I can see that they're going to be able to work together. And I think that Rob knows he's fucked up and that he's going to have to make some concession. I think what they're going to have to do is they murder from one alliance and then they banish from the other. And they keep the two sides pitted against each other so that they can just devour them and be at the end. That's the only move that makes sense. Now, whether or not they're smart enough to recognize that that's the only move that's going to get them both to the end is entirely different. But I think the smartest murder is Eric, and the second smartest murder is Colton.
I guess I'm going to go with Eric, Moira, and what's his name that has the curly hair?
Steven.
Curly hair, kind of almost looks like dreads. He wore it in a half pony.
Mark.
So probably Mark. Mark are the other two. Those are probably my 3 for who I think they might murder.
Yeah, I don't. I just for what we saw in the preview. I don't think it'll be. I don't think it'll be Johnny. I don't think that. I don't think that Rob's ever going to allow Colton to be murdered, and they would both be stupid to murder Colton to begin with because there's so much heat on him that's a great shield for them. So I see them going for someone that has absolutely no heat on them whatsoever. Like, I mean, Dorinda could be one that they could kill, but I don't see it. But I'm thinking more like Kristen, Eric, or Steven. People who are just kind of in the middle, not really, one or another. And I don't think that they will recruit because I don't think they'll be able to come to a consensus on it.
I am agreeing. There's no way they're going to recruit. But I do think this is a warning to all future Traitors players. If you are a traitor, you want rid of the Pilot Pete archetype.
Yeah.
You want rid of them. You want rid of Colton. Even if he's on your side, you want rid of Colton because people like Dylan Efron have proven that they cannot be loyal. You stab Brittany in the back, you stab Danielle in the back at the end. Also,
that's what I said earlier, I thought that like Colton and Dylan Efron were kind of playing the same game in a way, or like their personalities are similar.
Yeah, they're the same archetype for sure. Yeah. But also as a faithful, you don't want that archetype in the house because the second that they point to you and say, I saw Goody Proctor in the woods dancing with the devil, you're gone. Even if you're a faithful and they have absolutely no evidence. Yep. So as a faithful, you want that archetype gone. And as a traitor, you want that archetype gone. Get rid of
anyone who is able to whip the votes up that fast and have someone just turn on a dime against someone.
They've got to go. You got to go whether or not we get a traitor out. It doesn't matter. Your ass is gone. That's what Sandra did to Pilot P. And that's why Sandra was the final murder of Traitors season 2. Because she was able to get Pilot Pete out.
Yep. All right. Well, y'all got anything else you want to talk about? All right. Well, y'all, thank y'all so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. If you haven't already, smash that like button if you're following us on YouTube and subscribe. And if you're not liking us and watching us on YouTube and you're on TikTok, or well, not TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, or X, make sure you're following us. Make sure you like it. Make sure you share it. Make sure you comment on it and show us some love. Y'all can follow us on our social medias. So let me pull that up. Dakota, where can everyone follow you at?
It's at It's Dakota Rain on all platforms. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, all of it.
All of it. And Joseph, where can they follow you at?
You can find me at Nosferatu2425 on Bluesky.
And y'all can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Kenzie_reality. And while you're out there, make sure you go and follow the Couch Potato Queens. You can like us on Facebook. You can follow us on Twitter or X at Couch Potato QWNZ, Instagram at Couch Potato Queens. Subscribe to our channel, like I was saying earlier, Couch Potato Queens here on YouTube. And make sure you hit that like and comment button and hit that bell notification so that you're notified every time that we go live. And you can also visit our website at couchpotatoqueens.com, where you can find out more content and more information about each one of us. And if you would like to contact us or any of the queens to get us to cover something, or if you just want to reach out to us to collaborate, you can email us at info@couchpotatoqueens.com. And we will be back here on Sunday night, roughly 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, to discuss the next episode of RuPaul's Drag Race, Season 18, Episode 5, if I'm not mistaken, where is the talent show, and Rita Queen is back. And the top queen will be lip syncing for the win. And the bottom queen will go and lip sync against the other bottom queen from next week, and somebody will be eliminated. But we will have more information on that on Sunday. And so, yeah, tune in. We will be back here next Thursday night, same time, same place, to discuss the next episode of The Traitors. And like Dakota said earlier, we've only got about 3 more weeks left before we will be at our finale. So drop a comment. Let us know, who do you want to win? Who are you rooting for? And who do you think is the next to die? And y'all, that is our breakdown of The Traitors, Season 4, Episode 7, The Black Banquet. And honestly, we're still digesting all of the lies. Thank you for sitting at the table with us. Whether you're a faithful, a traitor, or just here for the mess, no judgment, because we see you. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow us respectfully, and tell your friends, because this game is only getting nastier, and we will be here every step of the betrayal. Until next time, keep your alliances loose, your instinct sharp, and your glass full of whatever. And to remember, always wear your crowns. Bye, y'all.